Disposing the Myth, making the connection between improved living conditions and improved waste management, the St. Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority and the Poverty Reduction Fund are teaming up to educate the St. Lucian public on the core issues of proper waste management at a community level, whilst highlighting the role poverty plays and the linkage between it and the process of waste management, and the various ways that its roles and linkage can be showcased.
The St. Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority is enthused with working with the Poverty Reduction Fund in the collaboration and production of a 12-part monthly television series entitled Disposing the Myth, making the connection between improved living conditions and improved waste management. Basically, the aim of this television series is essentially to educate the St. Lucian public on the core issues of proper waste management at a community level, whilst highlighting the role and the linkage poverty plays in the process of waste management, and essentially how that role and linkage can be dealt with positively at a communal level, at an individual level, and certainly at a national level.
Solid waste management involves the storage, collection, transportation, and disposal of wastes generated in the home, commercial premises, and institutions. Better solid waste management is an important element in improving the urban environment. Apart from the aesthetic problems created by solid waste, uncollected solid waste rapidly putrefies in hot and humid climates, giving rise to noxious smells and polluting leachates, as well as providing breeding grounds for vermin, flies, and in the wet season, mosquitoes. Poor solid waste management can also lead to blocked drains and contaminated water supplies, causing environmental health risks and infrastructural deficiencies. Solid waste management comprises a whole range of activities including the public sector, small-scale private enterprises, and service users. Waste collection is the process of picking up waste from residences, businesses, or collection points, loading them into vehicles and transporting them to locations for disposal. Communal collection. The planning and organization of waste collection is greatly simplified by the use of large communal storage sites. Curbside collection. This system of collection requires a regular service and a fairly precise schedule. Residents must place their containers on the curbside before the time of collection and remove the containers after they have been emptied. The authority is working on improving all aspects of the waste management system, including heightening of public awareness of the implications of inappropriate waste management practices by generators and collectors. Collection services are improved under contracts. Collectors need to be aware of their responsibilities and of the environmental and punitive implications of their non-compliance with the law. Residents are expected to be more conscious of the need to preserve their environment and keep their communities clean. Communities are expected to monitor and report any illegal activity in the area so that the responsible authority can follow up. The benefit of improved waste management is an improvement in our own quality of life. A cleaner country means fewer health risks. Preserving our unspoiled beauty means better prospects for our tourism industry. Through the initiatives of the authority, we are cleaning up our environment, preserving paradise, and safeguarding our future.
There's a very direct relationship between standards of living and solid waste management, and it is very common in low-income communities to find incidents of poor management of solid waste, which by extension affects the quality of people's life in terms of their health. Therefore, we saw a need for us to work with an agency like the Poverty Reduction Fund and other like-minded organizations to ensure that we can effectively tackle those problems of bad solid waste management, and in so doing would help improve the socioeconomic conditions of those communities. Therefore, we will continue to work with the Poverty Reduction Fund, and at the end of this exercise, we are certain that we would have developed a cadre of persons in those communities who could better manage solid waste, and in so doing, ensure that the quality of their lives would be improved.
The Poverty Reduction Fund was established in 1998 with the specific mandate of working with communities to address their basic socio-economic needs and priorities, and to do it in a sustainable way. I think that is a critical aspect of our operations, in that we are to work with communities to build their capacity to manage themselves even after our interventions have been completed. And so from the PRF standpoint, we have two main outputs from all of our interventions. One is a physical output in terms of addressing the specific socioeconomic infrastructural needs at the community level. But secondly, and for us perhaps most critically, it is to build the capacity of community. And so for us, it's a very opportune time to work with an agency like the Solid Waste Management Authority, because one of the key issues that have emerged from our interfacing with communities over the past 4 years is the whole issue of solid waste management. And although persons have identified other physical infrastructural needs, when we have dialogued on what their other priorities are, we seem to come up with a recurring theme of solid waste management.
We are here in the Fairway community located in Balata, where PRF has just completed a bridge. This bridge has assisted the community members quite greatly at the top of the hill, because before it was harder for them to come down with their waste to place it by the roadside. Now they have the service coming right in on top of the bridge, and it's a bit closer that persons can place their waste outside.
When we were approached by the residents of Fairway Balata to construct a bridge, customary to the PRF policy, we decided to take this particular project to the wider community to determine whether or not this is a priority for the community, and to also allow for general discussion on that project. We recognized that there was a lukewarm approach by the residents to the construction of the bridge, mainly because not everybody necessarily have to use the bridge. So we decided to embark on a pilot project that will allow to galvanize our interest and to galvanize support for this bigger project. The response from the community to the cleanup campaign was overwhelming. We were happy to work with the Solid Waste Management Authority to do a particular cleanup in many nooks and crannies in this very community. We also recognize that the construction of this bridge would have opened a number of possibilities for the community.
We are still appealing to persons in the community of Fairway to place their waste outside only on collection days, which is Mondays and Thursdays before 7 a.m. If there is a problem of miscollection or any other concerns that citizens may have of Fairway, they may contact the Solid Waste Management Authority.
I think this bridge has helped us a long way, especially during the rainy days, right? We have a river source coming all the way up that way, and like debris and stuff used to probably block the water flow and stuff, so water wasn't able to go down as freely as it wanted to, and you would find water settling all there, and it was kind of difficult for the water to subside and stuff like that. And I think the other one down there in conjunction with that one helped kind of a lot, you know, the two of them work hand in hand. Well, in garbage collection and stuff, well, it would be quite difficult when the bridge was a bit lower for a garbage truck to get up there. Well, probably now as the bridge is here, it will be able to get up there as freely as it want to, and the people can, you know, dispose of the garbage as they want to.
Oui, moi, mes points. Là, puis maman, l'école va te ça en berding. Il te ka mouvant chay. En bas là, ni en même manière, moi content moi Dieu fait pour moi bien content ça.
People staying away from work, especially during the hurricane season, because of the fact that the old bridge, whenever it rains, we would not have access to cross over to get to the main road. So people would have to stay home the children would have to stay away from school. And with the new bridge, I think that it has helped. We have had heavy rains, but people can still get to their workplaces, the children can get to school.
The construction of the community footpath has brought several advantages to residents in many areas and has greatly improved the level of solid waste management at the community level. This in turn resulting in a cleaner, more efficient, reliable service. Here is the experience of yet another community, the community of Arundel Hill.
I remember time like before the footpath, time rain used to fall there, that I couldn't pass there. Imagine I had to take out my shoe to pass there. I had to take out my slippers.
I remember sometime in 2001, October, where somebody got sick in the yard, then the ambulance came to take them as well.
Oh yeah, I remember that time.
Yeah.
Right
it was a
now.
hell of a time, man. The whole area had to come out to help bring that person on the ambulance and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, man, it was real disastrous, man.
Especially a rainy day. Especially when rain falling, you know. They'll be real tough.
Times like now, I mean.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, man. For the contractor, you can walk how you want, you can run. Yeah.
Vehicles skidding down and, you know. But right now, the drains is there. And rain falling, don't really get them things again.
You don't find much garbage around the area. No. From since the construction of the drain, you don't find much garbage here. Because the garbage can move out freely now. You know, you can clean the drain all you want. It's much better, man. I appreciate the work.
Okay, some of the problems there, you find when the footpaths were not there, and especially if there's mud, people would not really want to go out in the mud, you know, on the specific days. So they would wait when it's convenient for them, when the place dries up, and sometimes it's not necessarily a collection day, and you know, they put it out at any time. Now, what would happen sometimes, you find like stray dogs, you know, bust up the bags, and then we have a problem with litter. Litter end up all in the drains, and then, you know, that leads to more problems like flooding. We do collection at Arundel Hill every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And basically, we urging the residents to bag their waste, okay, and only put it out on collection days. That would enable the bins to stay cleaner, and the surrounding would look a lot better.
The authority has the mandate of collecting household waste from residences throughout the island. We have established a privatization strategy. As a matter of fact, we have private contractors who perform that service for the authority. We've also mandated to collect refuse, solid waste, from institutions, like example, hospitals and government buildings. At the household level, in every community, there is at least a twice-a-week collection service. The private contractors undertake various strategies to effect the performance under the contract. Some opt to provide a curbside collection to the residential community, while others opt to provide community bins in addition to a curbside collection. The residents play a very important part in ensuring a successful and efficient collection service. Residents are required to comply with the scheduled days of collection. That is, they should put waste out only on those days. In areas where community bins are located, of course, there is the access of a 24-hour access to the bins. But what we find is that in most of those cases where community bins are located, residents utilize that bin 24 hours a day, and there's always that opportunity for the bins to overflow. Mind you, the contractor could increase the number of bins at that location, but in most cases it is not affected. So what the authority have realized that if residents were to bring garbage out at those community bin locations on the day of collection, then we could have a more efficient collection service.
With community participation, we are all reducing poverty, improving waste management, improving socio-economic conditions, and building our social capital in a sustainable manner across St. Lucia.
Tintin says it's our country,